Hey guys, D Smooth here, back at another video, and today I'm going to rant about Doctor Who again, and my problems with the character, the franchise. Now, I've been watching Doctor Who since I was a teenager. I grew up with 11, that was my first Doctor. I went back, watched 10, he was pretty cool. 11 was better in my opinion. And I kind of fell off after the Peter Capaldi era. I watched some of the old Doctor Who, Classic Who. It was cool. I had some fun episodes, but one problem I've always had with the franchise is the God complex that the Doctor has, and how not just the Doctor himself, but other characters will hype him up like this. Here, the Doctor's God complex, when you think about it, makes no sense. It gives off fake tough guy energy. Throughout the show, the Doctor goes on these huge speeches. We've seen the Doctor, like especially 11th Doctor, multiple times. He gives these huge speeches of the things he's done and stuff. And like there's this one time where the Doctor is on this planet with the Pandora's box, and there's this whole army of alien spaceships hovering around, and they're all trying to get the Pandora's box. And the 11th Doctor gives this huge speech like, "Oh, I got the Pandora's box. What are you gonna do about it? Remember all the times I stopped you?" And it's dumb. It's like, why didn't they just shoot him? Because he's a guy with a microphone. Just shoot him. And the more you think about it, this God complex that he has makes sense. It's also later in that same episode, a lot of the enemies literally just grab the Doctor and throw him in the Pandora's box. They just throw him there. Like, wait a minute. You could do that the whole time? You hype this up. You hype up this man like he's freaking invincible, and this whole time you could have just grabbed him, thrown him in a box. I guess he must not be that tough after all. This God complex that the Doctor has gives off fake tough guy energy. In fact, it's almost as bad as Rick Sanchez. Actually, I think he might even be worse than Rick Sanchez, because Rick Sanchez has all these implants and stuff that he can pull out of dime. The Doctor doesn't even have that. The Doctor's literally just a dude walking around. I get he's an alien, he can see through time, he can regeneration. Really not that big of a deal. You can literally just beat up the Doctor. But here's another thing about the Doctor. The Doctor don't really got hands. You can't really fight. Now, yeah, I know the history of the Doctor, the War Doctor. He fought in wars and do that stuff. He's super experienced. Here's the thing. Experience does not equal good. You have to take into account the quality of that experience. We know the Doctor has fought in wars. What specifically did that entail? What specifically did the Doctor do during those wars? Because, like, was he like a daredevil? Was he just going in, fighting a whole bunch of armies of dudes, just fighting them all with just his bare hands and stuff? I guarantee he wasn't. The Doctor ain't like that. The Doctor is not a Batman. The Doctor is not a Shang-Chi. The Doctor is not an Iron Fist. The Doctor's not a Daredevil. The Doctor's not a Punisher. The Doctor is not a Captain America. The Doctor is not like that with the hands. He can't just walk up in a room and just beat everybody. Because if he was like that, then I'd be a bit more understanding. But the Doctor's not even like that. So I have to question how strong the War Doctor really is. We know the Doctor's known for his wits. The Doctor is smart. And I'll give credit, the Doctor is insanely smart. He can come up with elaborate plans on the dime. He's slick, he's clever, he's stuff like that. But, okay, if that was it, that'd be fine. But the Doctor has gone out of his way to walk up in people's faces and try to intimidate them, knowing that they are elite fighters. The Doctor has walked up to generals and stuff, knowing that they're elite level fighters, like, nigga, that dude would beat the snot out of you, man. You know you ain't got no hands like that. Experience is not even good. There are levels to skill. Yes, the Doctor is an experienced combatant, but he's not a high-level combatant. The Doctor has very few skill feats in terms of straight hands. Like, the best skill feat he's ever done is when he fought Robin Hood with a spoon. That's the best he's ever done. That's the biggest skill feat combat-wise he's ever had. Everything else is just being smart and using his words and stuff like that. Okay, so like, my biggest problem is that we've seen the Doctor get beat up by regular humans. Like the 11th Doctor in that one episode, if they went to that cowboy place, a bunch of humans, a bunch of humans figured out he was an alien, and they just grabbed him and tried to throw him out of the city. And the 11th Doctor couldn't do nothing about it. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be the big bad Time Lord. You're just gonna let these guys grab you and throw you? You can't do nothing about it? Hold up, bro. That gives off fake tough guy energy. You want to go off all these big speeches, things you've done, gets beat up by a bunch of humans, bro. Batman would never. Shang-Chi would never. Punisher would never. Daredevil would never. Captain America would never let that happen to him. Never. Oh, but it happens to you. Why? Because you ain't got the hands like that. This God complex makes no sense when you realize that the Doctor can't really fight. Yet we get it, you're smart and you can outsmart people. But you keep putting yourself in situations where you're out in the open. Remember when the 11th Doctor was giving that speech, that big eye thing, regarding Prisoner Zero? Oh, you thought nobody would notice that? You thought nobody would notice that you invaded a level 5 planet? It's like, oh, Google me. Google the things I've done. It's like, okay, that's impressive. What's to stop that eye thing from just killing you right there? Just shooting a laser beam and killing you right there. Or regeneration. It'll just shoot you again until you run out of regeneration. What was to stop that eye thing from just killing the 11th Doctor right there? I'm the Doctor. Basically, run. What's to stop that eye thing from just killing you right there? This is what angers me about the Doctor. He knows that he's got no hands, and he still puts himself in these situations. I remember Rory once almost knocked out the Doctor, punched him in the face. Rory, when he was like that Roman dude. I was like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You can't be giving these speeches and then get beat up by regular humans, bro. Come on. This is what angers me about the Doctor. That dumb God complex gotta go. It'd be different if you got hands. When you don't got hands and you still do this stuff, that's stupid. Listen, people hype up characters like Batman, Shang-Chi. The difference in them is that they never proclaim to be godlike in any way. They know that they're human and they stick to that. They know they're human. If the Doctor, the thing with characters like Batman and stuff, the writers treat him like he's this big deed or something, but he never actually claimed it himself. The Doctor does claim this stuff and then doesn't back it up. Yes, the Doctor is smart. He can outsmart you. He knows time travel. He's a master at time travel. He knows everything there is to know about time. He can outsmart alien species. Yeah, but you put yourself in the open with no protection. Again, the 11th Doctor, when he was staring at that big eye thing, he was giving that speech. They're scanning who he was. They could have just shot him, and he would have been dead. Or regenerate. Okay, just shoot him again. Okay, shoot him again. And he would have been dead. When you know that you're just a mortal man, when you know you ain't got the hands like that, don't give these big speeches when you know that you can't really fight. Like, I'll give the 12th Doctor credit. We saw him in a few fights. Nothing really impressive was shown other than the spoon sword thing. That's it. The Doctor has very few combat. Like, I'll give Jodie Whittaker some credit. The 13th Doctor, she actually busted out some martial arts move every now and then. Normally to catch enemies by surprise. We've never seen him just go face to face with a dude, high level, elite choreography stuff. Like here's the thing. There are levels to skill, especially when it comes to hands. Yes, the Doctor is an experienced combatant. That does not mean that you're high level. You have to take into account the quality of everything. The Doctor has never gone up against an elite level combatant in hands before. We've seen him outsmart that thing. Yes, the Doctor's specialty is his brains and being able to outsmart people and stuff. And if he were to just stick to that, then I would not be making this video. If he were to just stick to what he's good at, I would not be making this video. But when you go on these big rants and stuff and can't back up that with straight hands, now I'm mad. You give off some fake tough guy energy. Don't be giving these big speeches when you know you ain't got no hands like that. That God complex got to go. It'd be one thing if other characters were propping him out like that, but when you proclaim it yourself, now when you talk to Doug, you gotta walk the walk. The Doctor doesn't really walk the walk. Yes, he will outsmart you and stuff. But if that's your whole thing, if your whole thing is trying to outsmart people, don't put yourself out in the open. That's stupid. That's stupid to put yourself out in the open because you're gonna get your butt whooped. Now we've seen the 11th Doctor, who's one of the strongest, and it's way late in his timeline. To get like he was in his submarine, and the soldier dude, like the general dude, whatever it was, picked him up and just slammed him against the wall and intimidated him. And the 11th Doctor admitted, okay, no psychic paper. We're we're time travelers. I'm the Doctor. He's like, wait, nigga, what? Are you supposed to be tough? Show this dude who's boss. Show this dude who's boss. No, why? Because he couldn't, because he done got the hands. That's what makes me sus about the Doctor. Now, in wake of the recent death battle, the Doctor versus Rick Sanchez, I agreed that the Doctor would win against Rick Sanchez because the Doctor has some good hands that are perfect for Rick Sanchez. The Doctor has a lot of hacks that are just perfect to defeat Rick Sanchez. The Doctor is just built to fight Rick. With the screwdriver and all that stuff, he can just disable your tech and stuff. But you can't talk all that mess and then just get beat up like that. You don't got no hands. You don't got no super strength. You have very few powers. Your powers aren't really all that big. You can pick the future. That's cool. You're psychic. That's cool. Can't really fight though. It's like you can't be acting all big and tough and then get beat up by regular humans. Not even like elite level soldier humans. Just like regular everyday humans. Like those random cowboys. Like, really, nigga? Really? Okay, that God complex gotta go. Because you are not that tough. You're a smart guy. You're a smart, here's another smart guy, like Tony Stark, Iron Man. Tony Stark, he's a genius, he can build all this tech. Know what he does when it's time to brawl? He puts on a full body suit and he'll fight you in that suit. Like, genius. I accept that. That makes sense to me. Like, and you know what Iron Man will never do? Iron Man would never walk up and try to intimidate somebody without his suit because he knows that he's gonna die. If Iron Man wants to fight you, he's gonna put on that suit. And you know what? That makes sense to me. You know your limits. Yeah, and Iron Man can be pretty arrogant, but he's arrogant because he keeps that stuff on him at all times. The Doctor leaves himself out in the open, exposed. Like, nigga, are you stupid? You know good and well you can't fight. And like the few people he has fighting aren't really elite level fighters. True strength is the accepting of challenge. Strength is challenge. When it comes to accepting big, like physical challenges like that, the Doctor does not. We've seen the Doctor is scrawny, and the Doctor, he's rarely shown superhuman feats outside of regeneration. While he's regenerating, he's super strong and stuff. Outside of that, when he's not regenerating, he's human level. Bruh. Don't leave yourself exposed to that. That's my problem with the Doctor. This is my problem with the Doctor. That stupid God complex that isn't backed up with anything physical. It's not backed up by physical. He is smart, yes. But when you go on these speeches and leave yourself out in the open, he's worse than Rick Sanchez. Because Rick Sanchez, for all the bravado, he keeps gadgets with him. He has all this crazy tech with him at all times. The Doctor doesn't, so he's even worse than Rick Sanchez. That's my problem with the Doctor. That God complex gotta go. It's unearned, it's stupid. Thanks, guys. See you guys later.